There's no question that Baby Yoda is driving interest in Disney+. Research from Parrot Analytics found that The Mandalorian is the most in-demand show across all platforms. Season 1 of The Mandalorian has come to an end, but fans still know so little about Baby Yoda. Well, Riveted has compiled everything you need to know so far about the breakout star. Stick around for some shocking revelations and hidden truths. The child was first introduced during the closing moments of the pilot, revealed to be the bounty that our mysterious bounty hunter was hired to collect alive. IG-11 was explicitly instructed to kill him. These two were chasing the same quarry, even though they're both in the guild, which forbids having two bounty hunters assigned to the same client. The Mandalorian quickly fell in love with the sweet, cooing infant and refused to let him become a trophy for unfeeling villains. Baby Yoda lives to sip soup and play hide-and-seek, and the troopers learn not to touch the cutest alien in the galaxy. But Sudeikis and Polly may never be forgiven for those punches. The Mandalorian had his name revealed before the end of the first season, with the credits spelling it out as Din Djarin. But there are still many questions about Baby Yoda. So who exactly is Baby Yoda? Here are 12 things about Baby Yoda. Number 12. Does he have a name? The character is mostly a puppet, but sometimes some CGI is used. His voice comes from a combination of baby samples, bat-eared foxes, kinkajous, and the sound design vocal talents of Dave Accord. The only thing we know for sure is that Baby Yoda is a male. Well, Baby Yoda is just something fans came up with because the show has not yet given the character a name. In the series, he is only referred to as the child. So until the showrunners give him a name, we will continue to call him Baby Yoda. Disney CEO Bob Iger said in an interview on the Star Wars show that its name is not Yoda, nor is it George, as many assumed. Iger said he knows the name but is sworn to secrecy. He, however, hinted that it would be revealed fairly soon. 11. What species is he from? He's of the same species as Yoda, the Jedi Grandmaster first introduced in the 1980 film The Empire Strikes Back. The problem is, Yoda's species never got a name or a backstory. They're just smallish green aliens who are extremely force-sensitive. The child was conceived by the Mandalorian series creator Jon Favreau out of a desire to explore the mystery around Yoda and his species. 10. Baby Yoda's home. In The Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker meets Yoda on the swampy planet of Dagobah, but he's in exile there. It's not believed to be his homeworld. The Mandalorian found the child on a desert planet called Arvala 7 that looked a lot like Luke's childhood home of Tatooine, so we still don't know his home. 9. Is he the love child of Yoda and Yaddle? This is one of the most reasonable theories when it comes to Baby Yoda. When George Lucas originally created the character, Yoda was intended as a mysterious creature, an open-ended question in a wide universe. Big Yoda died in Return of the Jedi, right at the end, and The Mandalorian takes place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Yaddle is a Jedi Master who sat on the Jedi Council in the prequel era. She was known for both exuding patience and kindness, and having exceptionally deadly force powers that could trap a person in stasis. Since Baby Yoda is 50 years old, the timeline kinda makes sense. They probably hid Baby Yoda because its force powers were so terrifying, and of course, Yoda and Yaddle broke the Jedi code with their lovemaking. Little Yoda could easily be far worse than Anakin and was sent away to a desert world. 8. A product of asexual reproduction. Whatever species Yoda belongs to is 100% force-sensitive, based on the evidence of the 3 we've seen in a canon so far. Since Jedi do not partner up, the Yoda species is probably the product of some kind of fission-based or budding process. It is highly likely that the Yoda species is actually a sentient plant or fungus. Number 7. Reincarnation. Baby Yoda could also be the reincarnated body of old Yoda. All true fans are aware that the supposedly dead Emperor Palpatine will be present in The Rise of Skywalker. If he can come back, why not Yoda? Maybe this is like the movie Birth, where the person ends up reincarnated in the body of their child. There's only one thing that rules out reincarnation. The child is said to be 50 years old, which would find him having already existed for around 40 years before Yoda's death. It doesn't add up. But in the Star Wars universe, very strange things have happened. Time travel, number 6. There had to be at least one theory about traveling not just through space but through time as well. Anyone who watched the cartoon series Star Wars Rebels knows that a certain force-sensitive young man named Ezra Bridger discovered another dimension where you could travel to different places in time by using the Force. We don't know how Yoda may have traveled back in time, but we are not ruling out the possibility. 5. A clone. Baby Yoda is probably not unique at all. It's a clone. Maybe the others were destroyed or are hard to find. Cloning has been a central part of the Star Wars mythology from the very beginning, with Obi-Wan Kenobi mentioning the Clone Wars early in the first film. The depiction of that war in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, introduced viewers to the Kaminoans, a secretive and scientific race of master cloners. Their insignia reappears in The Mandalorian as seen on the uniform of one Dr. Pershing. The nature of the procedure Dr. Pershing had planned for Baby Yoda remains unknown. His thoughts may not be pure, but at least he wants to keep Baby Yoda alive. The desire to protect Baby Yoda at all costs has been the dominant response from Mandalorian viewers and non-viewers alike. In Episode 7, the Ugnaught farmer Cool refers to Baby Yoda as a potential strand cast, a term we've not heard in Star Wars before. Cool seems to refer to a product of genetic engineering. If that's indeed the case, this could be the best clue yet that the child was born in a lab and not in a natural way. Number 4, a shapeshifter. The Star Wars universe has several shapeshifters. No good bounty hunter would dismiss this possibility. Note that shapeshifting in the classical definition describes the ability to change one's physical appearance, and the term is in no way limited to those beings that can imitate other life forms. Number 3, the last of his kind. The appearance of the cute green creature has left fans with a lot of questions that need to be answered as soon as possible. For instance, does reuniting Baby Yoda with his clan mean finding more members of his species or bringing him to the Jedi? We know Luke Skywalker will train a group of students in a few years, but Kylo Ren burns all that down. Hopefully, our little green friend isn't caught up in that. It is also possible that Baby Yoda is the last of his kind, meaning that he is very crucial for the show. If that is the case, we all need to stand with Mando as he protects the very rare species. Also, if he is the last of his kind, it would make sense if the client's intention was to clone him and make more Force-sensitive creatures. Number 2, his purpose is balance. If The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, which is set 4 years after the events of A New Hope and the child is 50 years old, that puts his birth year at 41 years before A New Hope. If Anakin was 9 years old during the events of The Phantom Menace, which is set 32 years before A New Hope, that would put Anakin's birth at 41 years before A New Hope. So, we are assuming that the dark side manipulated the Force to create Anakin, and the Force responded to create the child. It makes sense with all of the balance involved with the Force. The timing is also just too perfect for it to be a coincidence. And number 1, he may very well be evil. It's already been proven by now just how ridiculously susceptible everyone is to Baby Yoda. At the moment, when you scroll through your feeds on social media, you will come across the adorable creature sipping soup or waving. Baby Yoda merchandise isn't officially out, but many people have declared that they would gladly sell a kidney for a Baby Yoda toy. In trying to keep information about the child secret until the show aired, production of merchandise featuring the child was stalled due to fears that details about the character could be leaked. As a result, many unlicensed products have been created and sold through the internet. Official merchandise relating to the character is expected to be released in 2020. Baby Yoda has been a meme. Baby Yoda has been made into bootleg merchandise. Baby Yoda will be made into official merchandise. Baby Yoda has been tattooed permanently on human bodies. What if that is precisely what Baby Yoda is all about? We are all under a spell, and we can't help it. One fan theory explores the child as a seasoned Force user that's actually pulling everyone's strings. This little green fuzzball could be manipulating everyone he comes across. It does appear that every single individual who comes into contact with Baby Yoda seemingly falls in love with him minutes after meeting him. Even our bounty hunter Mando appeared to break the Bounty Hunters Guild code because he wanted to ensure Baby Yoda's well-being. Think about how OG Yoda lied about his own identity when he first met Luke in The Empire Strikes Back, pretending to be some simpleton swamp creature before revealing himself to be a Jedi Master. Baby Yoda could be playing the same trick. He is pretending to be a precious little infant and using his cuteness to manipulate those around him into aiding him in his diabolical quest. In Episode 7 of The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda sees his adopted daddy arm wrestling Cara Dune. Thinking Mando is in danger, Baby Yoda just casually force chokes Cara Dune. In Episode 8, a flamethrower-wielding stormtrooper sends a burst of fire at Baby Yoda, who uses the Force to stop the flames and sends them right back. Yeah, Baby Yoda straight up killed a guy. In the end, Mando assumed full-on dad-like responsibilities for Baby Yoda. He received his signet, and it was a symbol of being a two-person clan, meaning that Mando and the baby are headed off elsewhere in the galaxy to try to find the real parents and possibly the Jedi so that they can be trained properly. Will Mando live long enough to see that happen? The good news is, there is more coming, and it's coming soon. Jon Favreau took to Twitter to confirm the fall 2020 return of The Mandalorian, which, even more importantly, means the return of the Disney Plus series breakout star, Baby Yoda. Favreau tweeted a photo of a gruesome green Gamorrean alongside the announcement, an alien species that first appeared in the Star Wars universe as guards employed by crime boss Jabba the Hutt in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. With the release of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, fans are wondering if the cute and cuddly character's introduction in The Mandalorian is setting us up for an appearance in the Skywalker saga's conclusion. He may not be in the show, but his introduction into the Star Wars universe explains a lot. Let's go back to the cloning. If Yoda can come back through cloning, then so could Palpatine. If this baby is a clone of Yoda, or even a time-traveling Yoda, then Palpatine definitely had the power to do the same. 50 years would certainly make Emperor Palpatine an adult when he comes face-to-face with Rey and company in Episode 9, while Yoda is still in diapers. Fans have long speculated that the Sith troopers might be under the command of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren or report directly to Emperor Palpatine. While the Sith troopers' allegiances remain uncertain, Baby Yoda's biology might offer clues to how they grew so strong in the Force. If the sweet creature has the power to mold and influence others in the Force, then it's possible the Sith troopers have been training to become more powerful by exploiting his physiology. Emperor Palpatine had probably been preparing a squad of Sith troopers prior to his death. Perhaps he needed a secret ingredient. Enter Baby Yoda. His extracted force powers may have helped transform them into some of the strongest fighters in the galaxy. Baby Yoda has been described as 2019's biggest new character, and many have described the child as a key part of the success of Disney+. Regardless of how he turns out, we are sure he will still be a fan favorite for a very long time. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts about Baby Yoda in the comments section below. Remember to check back tomorrow for another incredible video. This has been Riveted.